Welcome back, everyone. We're an Off the Menu podcast, episode 65. I'm your host, Tay. I'm here with my brother, my co-host, P. I'm here with a special guest host, Eve, returning guest host.
My guy.
Back again.
Yeah.
Back again.
And we have a very special guest on today's episode. We have Mr. Taylor Jacoby Morgan.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be
Big
here.
stepper, go-getter, entrepreneur.
Going crazy.
Hello.
Crazy.
You forgot jeweler.
Jeweler.
There we go.
That's the most important.
Yeah, jeweler,
Is
yeah.
Jeweler.
Yes.
Jeweler.
I thought the most important part was the boxing instructor.
Oh.
Ooh, very, very small.
He does it all. You know.
Yeah, I saw that.
Talents.
Been there for 6 years, and it's 4 years too long.
He's like 6 years is like this is nothing.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming. And then
Thank you for having me.
yeah, this has been a long time coming. I say that in every episode, but every time it's because every time we like get ready to book people or we start talking about who we're gonna book, is like you've been on the radar. Like P has always brought you up in every meeting. He's like, we need to get him on.
It's been like a month and a half, 2 months since we talked.
Since we
right?
talked, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it flew by.
Yeah,
It did. That was fast. He even hit me like last week. He's like, hey, man, I'm excited. He's like, you need anything from me? I'm like, just yourself, brother.
Like, bro, the pop-up was almost a month ago.
Yeah.
Feels like it was
yeah,
like 2 weeks
bro,
ago.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
Drift Lounge, yeah.
That was a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah.
three?
About 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weekends ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
I went
wow.
to California
Yeah.
the weekend
It
after.
was about 3
so,
weekends ago, yeah.
We kind of took the city by storm that night.
Hey,
It was lit, bro. Like, I came after
I
work.
know. I'm sad that we missed it. We were all the way out in Riverton, and then everyone was like, "You guys coming through?" And I was like, "Yeah." My brother had just moved to his house, and so we were just sitting there kicking with him. And then before you know it, it's 1 a.m. and I'm like, "Oh shoot."
Well, Gabby and we're already cooking up part 2.
Oh,
Like,
There we go.
it was so fun. Like, that was probably like, and I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back, but that was like one of the tightest parties I've
Yeah.
been in.
Mhm.
So
Hey, and the
fun.
city knows it too. Everyone has talked about it, and you guys did an amazing job.
thank you.
And but yeah, before we get started, we have technical support CEO in the back.
Sifu.
In a limited edition hat.
In a limited edition hat.
Exclusive.
Taylor brought us some Show Love Club stuff. We'll get into his
Bing,
brand a
bing,
little later.
We're rocking it.
Yeah,
On the
we're
show.
rocking in it.
There
We
you
got
go.
the little Show Love Club
This is the
Park
collab with
Cafe.
Gabby.
Park Cafe collab. If you guys catch the employees wearing this, you know where it came from.
Sean will have you soon.
And they can't be mean if they're wearing Show Love Club. You know what I'm saying? You can call them out.
Yeah, I hope
To
not.
show love.
I mean, to be honest, they're
Stupid.
never mean there.
Yeah, no, they're
They're like the best staff.
yeah.
No, they're actually really sweet. Very nice.
Shout
Yeah.
out Sean.
They get shit done.
They do, for real.
The GOAT.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and get to this episode. We'll go ahead and start off for our viewers. Who are you and what do you do?
What's good, everybody? My name is Taylor Morgan, and I am a full-time jeweler, the founder of Show Love Club, and I teach a boxing class here and there, and I'm a proud cat dad.
He
Oh,
posted his cat.
Y'all see my
every
IG
second.
icon?
And he's got a black cat.
That icon can't change, like my main page. But yeah, I'm born and raised in Salt Lake City, and yeah, I'm honored to be here.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, man, when you came onto our radar a few months ago, everyone was talking about the pop up and the event and everything. We had all the local brands like we have a group chat and they're like, "Yo, we need to show up to this event all together." And then they all showed out, and we were like, "P, you have to go represent for us and be there and attend." And then P was like, "Yo, y'all should have been here. This is an amazing event."
It was
was tough.
amazing. You walk in the front door of the bar, and to the left was the pop up, and to the right was the DJ and like the booths, and it was like the tables.
Mm-hmm.
It was epic. Like, it seriously was. Like, the manager of the bar was like stoked. I mean, Eve got there super early, and it was like chill.
Mm-hmm.
There was people, but me and Gabby plan on running it back in the next 2 months at the exact same spot. So
Drift Lounge.
Oh,
Drift
wow.
Lounge is really dope.
Drift Lounge is a
Super
good bar.
dope.
Yeah, if you guys are in Utah, if you guys are in the area, make sure to show up to that event because you don't miss out. That's all we have to say is that, when the city's alive right now, and the fact that everyone's out there supporting each other, that's where people need to be at.
Yep.
And
100%. I appreciate that.
How did you and Gabby even come to be in like?
You know,
Connect
you guys
that
know
way.
Elvis? You know
Yeah.
Elvis?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I go to Elvis's grad party,
All right.
and right as I get to the kitchen to meet Gabby's mom, Elvis's mom,
Mm-hmm.
Elvis goes, "You got to meet Gabby." So he like takes me into the family room, introduces me, and he's like, "I see a collab right here," like, literally. And like Elvis goes back to like taking family photos, and
Yeah.
So me and Gabby chopped it up for just a minute. So that was like the breakdown or like the first meet. And then I went to Gabby's pop-up in the summer the night Mike Styles performed at Granary. Does that ring a bell for anybody?
Yeah.
And when he opened up,
He opened up for Tyga. So I
Yep.
went and said what up to Gabby's pop-up for like 5 minutes. And I was like, hey, like we should collab, like actually. And he's like, I'm down, bro. And it just kind of like, this was like 8 months ago. We were supposed to do the pop-up in December
okay.
and do like a pre-Christmas thing. You know, you
Okay.
could buy Christmas presents and stuff like that. But then it got too tight with like shipments from overseas, like the hoodies. And you guys saw the duffel bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have brought the duffel bag. What was I
Nikhil,
thinking? What
Nikhil
was I-
Alexander Walker was rocking.
Yeah.
the
he,
duffel bag.
he DM'd me and bought one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he rock it yet?
I'm pretty sure I seen Brian take a picture.
Brian
of
Chow
him
took a picture with him, yeah.
wearing the hoodie and the Akami bag on the table.
How did I miss that? Oh, that part.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he literally was like, the duffel bag will match my shoes for an outfit against the Clippers. Like he's planning like 3 weeks out to be on League Fits with the duffel.
Yeah.
So we sent him the duffel. The duffels were $250. So he Venmo'd me $250, which I just found crazy. Like
Easy.
An
Just like-
NBA player Venmo'd me instead of like, hey, I need the duffel, and I just give it to him for free.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we sent him the duffel, and then Gabby has a navy blue hoodie that matches like Timberwolves colors.
Yeah.
And then we sent him that hoodie. We sent him a hat. We sent him sunglasses. Like he got the full kit. But I met Nikhil at Jordan Clarkson's brunch last year at All-Star Weekend. Do you guys remember that at Brunch Me Hard?
Yeah.
So Morgan Jewelers sponsored Brunch Me Hard's like All-Star Weekend brunch, which was super sick. So I met Nikhil there. I actually made Nikhil's fiance or his girlfriend. They're actually having a baby soon.
Yeah. I seen that.
I made her a custom diamond bracelet.
Wow.
Wow.
And I flew to Minnesota and I had tickets to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like a checkbook to write me a check. And I was like, no, this is like me showing you that I want to be your jeweler.
Yeah.
So I flew to Minnesota, made the bracelet, gifted it to him. We had dinner at Four Seasons, right? That night after the game. And I'm like kind of nervous going into it. Like I'm about to have dinner with this NBA player by myself. Ends up just being like this 3-hour, 10 margaritas deep, like chilling.
Just casual. Like
so
as-
casual. Like I knew him for forever, you know? So super cool relationship. That was a long story about the bag, but
no, that's
Yeah. No, that was perfect.
the
context.
backstory
Perfect
behind the
context.
bag
want
is so
that.
fire.
We
That's-
want
that's
that.
what that's what we want to hear.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
want
we want to
that.
hear what kind of relationships you build and how you're building them. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like easier for us to like paint a picture when you have the stories behind what you're doing, and it's amazing that you've been able to just like build connection off that and go into it knowing that this is an NBA player. I got to do something different, but then go into it and then no, I don't have to be different. This is something I can be myself in. You know,
exactly. And that's kind of how I felt at dinner, right? It was kind of like I was sitting at the game by myself. Like I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. And so I'm sitting at the game and I'm like, oh man, I'm about to go to dinner with him. And then 20 minutes into dinner, I'm like, wait, I got this, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it felt like natural. And
Yeah.
just like what a cool dude told me about the books he's reading and him and his lady and like all that stuff and like getting traded from team to team. So I don't know if you guys keep up on Nikhil, but like super dope. Dude, he's actually Shai's cousin.
Yep.
Shay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shay.
Yeah.
Is it Shai or Shay?
Shay
Shay
Gilligas.
Gilligas.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Gilgis
Shay-
Alexander.
I mean, that dude's unreal.
No, he's
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
He's a
a
bucket.
And
real.
Nikhil's actually pretty solid too, bro. Like he's a good wing.
Lockdown defender.
Plays great.
And every time I watch, he doesn't miss a three.
And the Timberwolves have been like really good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
they have been
He does
nice for his
fit.
career.
He does fit it with their team right now.
Yeah, they got a lot of
Yeah.
young wing players that are just hooping out there.
Yep.
You know,
It's a good team too to be on right now.
would you take Shea, right? Shea, or would you take Anthony Edwards?
See, it's like
my
This was a
God.
debate. This was a debate today.
it's like asking me if I want a Ferrari or a Lambo.
Which
Like,
one's the
that's
Ferrari?
how-
Which one's the Lambo?
I'm going Ferrari.
Then I gotta take Anthony Edwards, but I think SGA and Anthony Edwards are like
That's so
neck and neck.
tough. Yeah, I
You know
don't.
what I mean?
As
Anthony,
of right now, I'm taking SGA.
Me too.
SGA is better.
MVP.
He's the MVP this year for sure.
Like I think Anthony Edwards down the wire, like in like a conference finals. No offense to him, I think he'll miss that pull up jumper.
Wow.
I think he'll miss
And
it.
you think SGA?
I think
will get it?
SGA pump fakes, gets the 2 free throws, or he makes it.
The reason why I think SGA is better now, but I think Anthony Edwards could be better long term.
Yeah, but
is
I don't. Yeah.
SGA has a way worse team in my opinion in terms of like veteran players. You have a bunch of young guys. They're not like terrible, but they're not as seasoned.
I mean, they're the second
as
youngest team in the NBA.
Yeah.
And they've played, 58, 60 games so far, and he's been the leading scorer for 50 of those games.
Well, he's also scored 30,
Anthony?
40 times.
No, SGA.
Yeah.
He's been the leading scorer.
You're saying SGA's on a worse team?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's okay. Good.
As
That's,
far
I
as
agree.
experience,
As far as like veteran
experience, yeah.
players, like his second best player is J-Dub, and J-Dub's been in the NBA for 2 years.
Or Chet.
Or
any
Chet,
given night, yeah. But it's
It was,
between those two.
it was 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
One
And
year, 2 years.
homeboy that looks like Elliot Tackle, the
Oh,
defender.
what, Lou Dort?
Yes, that's
Ludor.
literally Elliot's twin, dog.
Elliot looks like him.
No, it's that Stone Cold with their hair. Like
Okay, I get you.
they're such nice people, but like
Elliot's super nice, yeah.
the nicest.
Yeah, he's very nice.
But
He's
like
always shows
Stone
love.
Cold badass with good style.
I hear you.
I'm referring to like the tunnel walk, not
hear
on
you.
the court.
100%.
I'm like watching on the court now. I was like, is that what the look he's looking
Is it-
for?
is it-
Is that the look he was talking about?
No, league fits.
Yeah. Okay.
Anthony Edwards just kind of has that like Kobe MJ demeanor where it's like
I'm here to guard the best player and I have a dog.
See, but that's-
SGA's a dog as well,
See,
though.
but that's
SGA
my
has that
point.
too.
Is I think SGA has that. Okay, how about this one? SGA has the Kobe Michael finish. Anthony Edwards has the LeBron James game winner brick in a playoff
Wow.
series, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
LeBron got
God.
the most playoff.
Do you get what
wins.
I'm referring to though?
I hear you.
SGA is smoother.
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's
Kobe
that's,
and MJ are smoother than Braun.
Yeah, you can
yeah,
say that.
for sure. But I think Anthony Edwards is like
But he's going to take that last shot regardless.
He's gonna
if he
take
misses.
that last
He's going
shot
to take it
every
every time.
time.
Yeah,
Every
regardless. That
And-
mentality he has.
and he's gonna drop 40. He's gonna try to score 40 on you
40.
every single night. And I think SGA tries to do that as well too, but his is a little more, like you said, it's smooth. So it's
calm.
I'm gonna hit eight to 10
It's
free
calm.
throws. I'm gonna hit you with a couple midi jumpers. Anthony Edwards trying to kill you every time he sees
Yeah.
you. You know, embarrass you.
Somebody brought this up at church hoop yesterday, so I had to talk about it.
100%.
SGA.
No, that's fine.
Tough.
No, I think we're on the same page. I think just right now, SGA has just been showing that he's been being able to do it, especially in the team. For the last 3 years, he's been doing what he's been doing.
Yeah,
Mr.
Yeah.
Consistent for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's been consistent as fuck.
Super consistent. I agree.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and I have a question. So
Sure.
you have your brand. You're the founder of Show Love Club. How long have you had that brand, and how did it come about?
You know, I think the idea was a little over 2 years ago. I'd have to like look at photos or Instagram to get like an exact date, but let's say it was like 2 years ago. I was literally bored at work. Don't tell my dad that. And I wrote down SLC in like a funky font on a Post-it note at work.
Yeah.
And then I started writing words below SLC, and I was like, Spread Love Club, Self Love Club. And I was like, no, that doesn't. Self Love Club, that's weird. And then I was like, Show Love Club. And I was like, damn, that flows, right? And then if you look at Eve's hoodie, it says 95.5. Do you
Yep.
guys know what that means?
No.
No.
So that's just something that I personally came up with. It's about mentality. And it's like, if I have 100 things going on in my life and 5 are bad, 95 are good, why am I tripping about the 5 bad? So it's just a mindset thing, because that's the reality for
Yeah.
everybody, right? There's way more good than there is bad. So
Absolutely.
100%.
that was actually a big part of the brand, was like the vision. And yeah, I threw a couple of pop-ups at this like local art studio downtown.
Right.
And it just like picked up. Like I think I sold 400 hoodies by myself, and I don't have time. Like I do not have time to box them up, ship them. I shipped to like Germany, to Europe.
Crazy.
Like it kind of popped off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just like, and like I said, it's not about financial for me. It's more like, it's really healthy for me to do Show Love Club, because it makes me more creative in the jewelry business, and it inspires me to like keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it gives me so much appreciation for people that started a brand.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it's wild to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, me and Gabby sold X amount of product that night, but it's like, to really make money and to push it forward, it's like, it's insane.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, there definitely has to be a lot of effort into it. I definitely respect the hustle when it comes to like a clothing brand owner, because, you know, when I started this, I had the dream about in 2010. At that point, I was wearing a lot of diamond, 100 stuff, and 10 deep, and that was like
DGK. and
yeah.
shit.
Well, see, I didn't wear DGK. I didn't wear any of that stuff. I wore more of the like LA based stuff.
Mm-mm.
And it was just because they had like the best representation of what streetwear was at that time.
Right.
And Bobby Hundreds was like, everyone can go out there and get it. Like anyone can go print on a t-shirt. You just have to show how to execute it. And I always thought about it. So when I was like coming up with brands and stuff and like trying to come up with names, my first one was so weird. I called it Tops because I was going to serve everything in a pizza box because the topping of a pizza, right? And then I was going to literally do that. But I was thinking about I wasn't even thinking about the shirts at all. I was just thinking about how I can execute the delivery, right? And that's what it is now. It's just we have social media to build off wherever we're doing, and now people don't even buy stuff for the clothes itself because no one sees the clothes unless you go to a pop-up or a store, right? But if you're online and you buy stuff now, it's like you're just buying it because you saw it online and you think it's cool. And then when you finally get it, you can actually respect the material or whatever you put behind it. And that's what this hoodie was for us. When we saw it, we were like, you guys really thought about everything to the point where like this is one of the best hoodies I've ever touched.
Yeah.
I mean, the quality's nice.
So like the relationship with Gabby, like it was like the craziest like brotherhood thing like after the pop-up. It was like, holy shit. Like that was real. You know what I'm saying? The duffel bag was nuts. I'm so why didn't I bring that damn thing? Anyway,
the
duffel bag here. Duffel bag here. I'll post the duffel bag here.
Imagination.
The quality is really nice on the
It's about this size.
And in general, just that whole entire pop-up, all the hoodies, the bandana with the little hints in there.
The t-shirt was crazy.
T-shirt was crazy. Yeah.
So high quality. Yeah, I mean it's crazy what goes into that kind of stuff. Like I said, we were talking earlier before the pod, like getting the blank hoodie and putting your stuff on it. And then you take it to the next level and you actually make it from scratch.
Right.
Like Gabby did. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it literally feels like a Minky Couture blanket. Like
that's
there.
So comfortable.
The very first thing when she touched his hoodie, she's like, it feels like a blanket. And I was like, a blanket? And then I touched it and I was like, you're right, it does feel like a blanket.
And the way it lays on you.
Man, it's like perfect. It like hugs you as you're wearing it.
And it's not like too hot. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, that's a perfect hoodie for me. I run hot, so I like to wear hoodies, so I try
This
to
would be
stay cool.
perfect for you in the winter. Instead of you wearing a big jacket, like this would be perfect for you.
Yeah. And it has like all the Utah staples. It's got fry sauce on the left arm. It's got the bumblebee,
Got the capital.
capital Stockton and Malone.
Yep.
Got the arches.
And Gabby drew these, by the way. And then on the back it says "Just showing love in Miami," and that happened like October, November last year.
Yeah.
I was at work, and I'll even like send it to you guys. I have on Canva. I like did it on the back of a T-shirt, and it was like "Just showing love in Miami" in some random font. And Gabby was like, "Watch this," and then like sends me the drawing. And you guys saw like the chrome spinning, just you guys know Poncho, Spaz's friend that does all that
Poncho, he
stuff.
does the editing and stuff like that.
Yep, he did that for me.
Yeah, he's fire.
Oh, the big guy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Poncho.
Okay, yeah, I know
Yeah.
Poncho.
And he's so
we went to
chill.
Day in Vegas together.
Oh, really?
lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dope.
Together? When?
Well, it was Day in Vegas in 2019. Well, that I hadn't met him there, but he's cousins with someone someone that I
You
know.
went with. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That makes
Dope.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Poncho's dope. He does a lot of that back work that you don't see.
Yeah.
Like Spaz and a lot of the events they do. Like he does a lot of that. Like for my event for Arm Bounce, there's a song that I needed that I wanted to end the night on. And I had it on SoundCloud, but it's like a whole 40-minute like song. So we had to like clip out 3 minutes of that thing.
Yeah.
And Spaz calls like, "Hey, can you get this done for me? I need this song done." 10 minutes, got it, and then we were ready for the night. And I was like, "Oh, thank God!" And it was just one song that I wanted to just end the night on. It was just quick, easy.
Reliable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was this at Ruin?
yeah,
Oh, dope.
yeah.
Okay.
The Ruin, yeah.
Like I was there, and then I like messaged you the next day. I didn't know it was your birthday. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you did. Yeah, you're like,
I was
dude,
like,
I'm
oh,
so
shit.
sorry.
Like he was all like diced up, like swaggy.
It's funny because he talks about it as R and Bounce, and I'm like, that was your birthday. Like I thought it was just like birthday
Yeah.
party type of thing. But
But it was. But the funny thing is, Spaz talked to me the other day and says like she wants to do that more, and I agree. Like I said, I think Utah needs more exposure to different kind of sounds and music, and as well as experiences, because there's a bunch of people that want to do fun shit, and they just don't know how or where to go.
Yeah.
So I think once again, your event, amazing. Spaz did a fantastic job. Gato did an amazing job. I think the music that was being played was stellar. It was
This is
stellar.
a preface. DJ Gato's about to slay,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
So that's my boy Felix, like real estate agent, great husband, ride or die friend of mine.
Awesome.
Randomly was like, yo, I'm DJ Gato. DJ'd in my kitchen. Did you see that? Like DJ'd in my kitchen a couple of times.
Yeah, I seen you.
And like,
Just
I was like, wait a minute, this is tough.
This sounds good.
He's gonna pop off. I think he's got a Rainbow Room.
Rainbow Room is lit.
He's main stage at Rainbow Room at the same spot as last time.
Oh, right next to Sky.
That's big for him.
Right next to Sky, right? That
Yeah.
little bar.
I'm like, Felix, that's like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And then he's doing something with Spaz for Cinco de Mayo.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I think he's gonna pop off. Like, and it's like DJ Gato, like, because it's Felix the cat.
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
that's fire. That's
He
fire.
bought me
That
what are
is
those?
so-
What are
that's
those
tough.
plastic figures that are like expensive from Kith?
You
can,
like
like,
bear bricks.
Yeah,
ones?
and you can like move the arms and stuff.
Yeah, just the arms and legs, right?
So
yeah.
he bought me the Felix the cat one because I
Yes.
have a black cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Felix is funny, man. But he's like reggaeton
Yep.
and wants to get the people dancing
Yep.
and like he's like, how many bitches are coming, right? Like, but he's like the cutest married guy I've ever met. Like he's just teasing.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna kill it. I really do.
And I think that's the best part about Utah over the last couple of years, seeing all these DJs pop up, like these dope DJs. Because before it used to be like a very monopolized like community in a way, right? Where it
Yeah.
was just like really Rockalypse doing a lot of things, Bo,
Juggy.
and this was like when Juggy when we were like
Yeah.
20, 21, right?
DJ Dirty
And
Dave, too.
over the last like 6-7 years, we've seen an influx of like dope DJs coming out.
Is DJ Dirty Dave like a Vegas guy now?
I don't know, but he's from here. I'm pretty sure. Or like he was.
I don't know
I
him,
don't
but
know.
wasn't he just like at a
don't
big
know.
stage in Vegas?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like
think
he
he
does. He does
was.
a lot of shows at Sky.
Okay.
And they do those Latin nights and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And Spaz kind of helps him open and those things. And they do like I don't know how to pronounce it. Don't just crucify me. It's like Pererio nights or whatever. I don't know. It's what they do. I'm sorry if I butchered it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But yeah, they do like Latin nights and stuff like that. And they have a bunch of Latin DJs that they do at Sky and stuff. And he's one of them.
Dude, low key, like there can be like 4 things going on in Salt Lake, and like it works.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
what I'm
and it
saying?
used to not be like that.
No,
It
yeah.
used to be everybody used to be at one spot.
One spot. It was
and
Sky.
that's what it was. and, that
Echo.
was and that was the plan for everybody, right?
What was I gonna say? I'm having a brain fart.
I'd be saying that same shit too. Brain farts are real.
They're so real, especially at 32.
Oh man, I'm right behind you.
What was I gonna say? That's gonna Spaz. So like for example, Spaz had to be at my pop-up. So
Yeah.
that was also why it took
Yep.
so long. It was gonna be like
Oh, for the
January.
booking, yeah.
And then Mike Styles performed.
Yeah.
That was tight.
Yeah.
And Mike's a great guy. I've known, you know what? I met him on the court. I met him clapping at me at half court because his friend told him I can hit threes. And so he comes here from Indiana or wherever.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's at half court, like trying to lock me down. Low key, I got a couple off that went in, and I was kind of like, yeah, that's what's up, you know? And we've been tight ever since. Yeah.
Mike's is a really cool guy. I actually
Mike is super dope.
know his girlfriend Allie since college.
Yeah.
So,
Love Allie.
But Mike, I don't remember exactly where I met Mike, but it was a couple of years ago. But he's just always shown love since then.
Yep.
Show
That's
Love
why-
Club, baby.
Yeah,
that's
he's
why I
always
rock with him.
respectable. He's always saying what's up.
Speaking of Show Love, you guys see how like the Jazz are doing that little
I seen that.
Show Love?
Well, no, I didn't see that. What are they doing?
Okay, I'm just putting this out there.
Okay.
And this can get burned to the ground if it has to. But at Jordan Clarkson's pop-up,
Yeah.
I made him a 1-of-1 Show Love Club hoodie. Remind me to show y'all the sickest 00 on the back screen print.
Yeah.
And you can't tell from me to you, but when you look up close, it says Show Love Club in the zeros.
All across.
Super tough. Hand it to him. This is All-Star Weekend. I hand him the hoodie, explain it to him, and he's headed out the door to like go to another All-Star thing.
Yep.
And this is at Brunch Me Hard, and he's like, all right, bro, thanks, like appreciate it, and bounces. And I was like, damn it, like that didn't work. And that night, his photographer, Don't Hype Me. You guys seen that guy, Don't Hype Me, before?
I've seen him, yeah.
I pull up to his like private party, Jordan's private party right there by Twist,
Okay.
that huge event that went down. And Jordan Clarkson's photographer was wearing that hoodie. And I was like, for real? Like he already pawned it off, this custom hoodie.
Yeah.
Anyway, that night, Jordan Clarkson said on camera, Show Love. And I'm like, and it's been a thing for a
The jab.
year since that happened.
So
Mm.
you
And
planted the
I
seed.
planted that seed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. I'm not gonna ask for money. But they're
Better
literally
trademark your
they're
shit.
literally selling. I did, but like Show
Okay.
Love Club,
It's not just. It's just show love.
love,
not
okay.
show
Yeah.
love.
and they have it like for sale, like in the store.
Mm.
Yeah, like on the arm, and it's cool. Like it's a different crowd, but
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, okay,
That is the toughest thing about being
It
in the
is.
industry of making clothes
being a
because
smaller-
90% of stuff that you think about has already been done.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 10% is like you got to be super creative about how you come about it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why Virgil says the best thing to do when you enter this industry is just to copy what everyone's doing, but make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't get bit by somebody, that means it's probably not.
No,
really
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not even upset about it. I was just like, wait, because people, there was like a video on IG, like Utah Jazz, like
Yeah.
IG page, and it was like Jordan Clarkson, like walking away from the camera saying "Show Love," and I'm like, 8 hours ago I gave you a hoodie that said "Show Love Club." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny how things go.
Yeah. You
Imitation's
just
the
planted the
greatest
seed
form
for
of
real.
Flattery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you take, like you said, don't take too much into that, but like
Yeah.
it's very like it's like
If-
a boost.
It's a hun- it's
If
a
Show
host.
Love Club was my full-time job and like my financial support, it maybe be a different
Oh,
story.
yeah,
but
yeah.
like it's not even like that. So
yeah.
Yeah. I guess
so
what
you
it
did-
is when you get a passion project, though. That's
Yeah.
that's how I look at it too. Is that we do so many things with our brand. We have off the menu, we have more about nothing, and then every one of us has a clothing brand that we're all working on. And I felt like I had to use my own, my own creativity and push it through my own brand, and that's why I just started doing that again.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my relationship with Gabby was crucial, whether it's doing more collaborations with him or it's making my own clothing through him, right?
Yeah.
Because like quality levels on another level. Like Rue Porter, you guys ever worked with Rue
Yeah,
Porter?
yeah.
Like fire blanks, right?
Yes.
But like that, I've never seen anything
No,
like it.
This is
that's see. At first, when we were looking at it, I looked like a reporter because the thickness looked like how heavy what like a reporter is.
The exterior material is very similar.
Yes.
I agree with that.
And then when she touched the inside, she said it feels like a blanket. I was like, that's not reporter, you know. And I was like, and when you think blanks and you think clothing brands, you're like, where are people finding their blanks? Where are people going to for their blanks? And then you
Yeah.
never think about where they're manufacturing or if they're doing it themselves, right? That's not the first instinct.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then when we felt it, I was like, I've never felt like a hoodie like this, and I instantly knew that you had to have done it yourself or have gone through someone to be able to manufacture this piece of work.
Yeah, and the blanket materials in the pockets up front.
Yeah.
too. It's nuts.
It's comfortable.
And the
It's
screen
I've been
print,
sitting here
I've
like
never
this.
seen a white screen print so bright before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
pops out for sure.
Yeah, it's vibrant.
It's It's almost like a chalk style, like you
Yeah.
would see on a sidewalk on a sunny day, and
Yep.
it's like a white chalk on there, and then it's like boom, that's the one that pops
I
out
feel
more
like
than
the
the colors.
entire hoodie is really vibrant, even for like the dark.
For the black
blacks,
too.
like,
For that
vibrant.
black, it's like a
very vibrant.
yeah,
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It pops
Mm-hmm.
like when you look at it. So
Yeah, I love it.
yeah. No, it's such. Once again, you guys have to go and send events and like get a hoodie, go get a shirt, go whatever it is because
locals.
you now know what kind of stuff is going behind it. The fact that you guys are planning out months ahead for an event and then getting stuff ready like this, it just goes to show what you guys are truly doing for your brands.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And we sold out of like smalls and mediums, and it kind of like the large. I probably have a couple left, but if people want one, we got them.
Oh, perfect.
T-shirts are in stock.
This is an XL for reference.
The
heard the
hat,
I was
man.
wondering.
the hat was crazy. Did you see the hat?
The black.
I
And had
didn't-
the skyline right
Yeah,
here.
but it was like a sticker, like silhouette.
Yeah, yeah.
It was wild.
Uh-huh.
Like I wish I had one on me. The hat was wild. The duffel was for sure the
Duffel was nice.
the winner of it all.
Yeah.
Also the priciest.
Yeah.
But when you're doing like high ticket items like that, it's gonna be worth it though.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and for like it's amazing just to see even just a brand that's locally doing stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
you and Iggy are like the only ones that I've seen make a bag in the
Ferrer.
last
Shout out for her.
Yeah.
Shout out to Iggy and Love for it.
Those hats are tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does make some tough hats.
But yeah, let's go into some other stuff. So you had the Show Love Club. You're a full-time jeweler.
Yeah, I mean that's my 9 to 5, but I'm doing it like if I'm going out of town tomorrow, I'll still be working.
Yeah, can we expand on that? We heard you got a big promotion that came up here recently.
Yes, you saw that on IG or what?
I
Yeah, Shorty shouted me out.
I did. That's why I wanted to ask you about it.
So I am officially the vice president of internal operations, which, like a lifted title is a lot better than a lift and race.
Yeah.
It's like way more like you deserve this. You deserve to claim that name,
Right.
So that was really cool. That was like a couple weeks ago. I've worked at Morgan Jeweler since I was 17. So 15 years. I think the 1 year I didn't work there was when I was playing college golf. So yeah, that's my family's business. Morgan Jeweler started in 1914 by my great grandpa.
Jesus.
Wow.
1914.
Yeah.
Legacy runs
Yep.
deep, bro.
So me and my brother are the fourth generation. And it's just him and I after my dad. So my dad works full time still.
Right.
Good guy. Like Pocatello, Idaho, 1914.
Wow.
110 years
Yep.
in business.
So-
That's crazy.
Yeah, you guys literally celebrated 110 years.
And we have, I don't know if you guys knew this, we have 17 stores.
Yep.
We're in like 9 out of 11 malls in Utah. And then we have like Idaho, Washington, Nevada, Oregon,
Oh, really?
Montana.
You were
go.
typically at the City Creek location, right?
Yeah.
I only worked there for a year.
Okay. So
I remember that.
I managed.
JJ
Really?
went there
Oh,
to say
sick.
what's up to you. And
Damn.
I think Ebe.
that was, yeah.
Yeah, it was me, JJ, Ebe.
Like we must have just met then.
Yeah, that was
like
literally one of the first times.
4
meeting.
years ago. Holy cow.
No, that's even further. Was it? When did you work at City Creek?
When it just opened, right? Like when it,
I opened it
you
there.
opened it,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah.
So that's fucking what 2019.
Okay, so I've been at the office corporate 4 years ago last month.
Mhm.
So yeah, like 4.5 years ago.
Yeah,
Right before COVID.
right before COVID. Yeah, that's when. And we were hooping at the Life Center. I don't know if I hooped
Wait,
at the
so
Life Center, but
we probably did one. I'm still always there.
No, you probably definitely have, but like, yeah, no, I've definitely brought them up
Funky
enough
lefty.
times. Shooting from half court anytime
Don't
he touches
piss
the
me
head.
off.
You're not touching the rock because he is shooting it.
No, I pass a lot more now.
Okay.
And I learned how to play D. Like, it's still not great, but I'm like, wait, defense wins championships.
Yeah. I mean, but also shooting from half court and hitting 4 out of them it helps you.
It
win
used
the
to,
game
my
too.
shoulder's too bad now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to have like basketballs on his shoulder when he was working out way too much. And so that's why he was hucking it from half court.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I got like good genetics, but like I used to lift a lot.
Mhm.
So it was just like, yeah,
He used to be a lot more.
the arms were beefy. Yeah. Somebody mentioned that to me the other day, and I was like, I got skinnier?
Now
Asshole?
More toned. More
Yeah.
toned.
Yeah.
You were at one point when you were like 26, like kind of.
Shit, I'm bringing it back.
Yeah, let's get back into it.
2024.
He's getting up in half court shots again.
there we go.
But actually, Morgan Jewelers, it's pretty cool. So, like, great grandpa moved here from Russia to Pocatello, and like, it almost sounds like a jewelry movie, right? So he's in Pocatello. He's working at just some like, let's say he's working at a restaurant at the time, but he decided like the railroad union was going through Pocatello, so he was like, oh, you got to have a watch to be on time on the train tracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he started servicing watches and selling them to the conductors of the train.
Yeah.
Or is that the right word?
Yeah, conductor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Conductor.
Yeah.
So then it like became a thing. Everybody was hitting him up. And then he applied for a job at the local jewelry store, not Morgan Jewelers, got the job. And then he was like, damn, I can do this better. So literally 1914 in Pocatello. And we have one store in Boise and one store in Twin Falls.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible. Like,
Man.
So crazy.
It's crazy hearing the history because anyone that's grown up in Utah knows Morgan
Mhm.
Jeweler,
Yeah.
right? And it's like I've never thought to look into the history of it. Right. We just live in Utah. We just let things
Like,
go
we know-
by. We
yeah,
know.
it's
We
kind
just
of
know
like a
things.
staple, you know.
Yeah.
Siegfried and Jensen.
Right.
Yeah. Like I grew up with the Jensens. Like I know them from golf, but
See.
you know the radio ads, and I'm sure you guys have seen like my
Yep.
funny commercials and shit. Like
Yeah.
I know I'm making a fool of myself, but it works. So that is when people were like, "Wait, that's a family-owned business, right?" So that was huge for us. I think we've been doing the radio for 3 or 4 years, and the TV's been like 2.5, and that has like been huge for us. Like I go to Hires Big H the other day, and this lady's whispering to her husband. She's like, "That's that kid on TV." 'Cause I'm in my suit, and I just like introduce myself, and they're like, "Oh, he's like actually like a friendly, chill guy." So it works, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've sponsored the Jazz for like 40 years.
Jeez.
When MJ hit the shot on Brian Russell, my parents are in that photo.
You
That
can see them in
famous
the-
photo
you can
of
see them.
MJ like halfway through the pole, my parents, we have the same seats. You can see their heads.
Wow.
So they've seen every finals loss.
The ties run
Front
deep,
row
man.
too.
They cheered on
That's why
D.
he threw
Will,
Stockton and
Carlos
Malone on
Boozer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
That's
We
insane.
talk about generations and stuff. That's also crazy. Like generations of basketball. Like your family has been there for
Yeah.
all that too in Utah. Because the one thing we have as that represents Utah is definitely the Jazz. Outside of that, no one really knows anything about Utah except for that
snow.
and then the church.
In the
And,
snow.
yeah.
In the
And
snow.
Olympics, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's it. It's church, snow, and the Jazz.
And it's
Yeah.
a testament to how like Taylor carries himself. You know, he comes from a very well known family in the state of Utah, but you would never guess that first meeting you,
I
right?
appreciate that.
And so it's really
You know,
cool to see that.
family business is family business, but like my dad's hard on me in the right way.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm 32 and like I'm stoked to be where I'm at, but like it has been learn this lesson, climb that ladder, learn this lesson, climb that ladder. Like it was not easy.
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing
like
given.
like 10 years ago, like Pops and I like weren't talking, you know?
Yeah.
I was working there, but like we didn't talk much. It was awkward and I wasn't doing good in college. Like I didn't graduate. So it's funny when you like put yourself to the test.
Right.
Funny enough, I was working at Gateway Morgan Jewelers. It was by the fountain
Yeah.
underneath the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm working there like 20 hours a week. Like this isn't a diss on smoking pot, but this is when I was smoking pot. Like I was just like watching too much Netflix. Like I was lazy.
Yeah.
And finally, my dad was like, I'm sending you to Layton. So I worked in Layton for a year
Okay.
before I managed Southtown. So I go up to Layton. I'm working for like a very LDS guy. And like I liked him, but in my brain, I was like, me and this LDS guy aren't going to work out.
Right.
He's like my best friend. He's our top 2 manager in the whole company. And he whipped me into shape. I went to Southtown and, did really well there. And then I opened City Creek. Like, it's just funny when you put yourself in the test and you're able to pass the test.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So life's just crazy like that.
Right.
And like teaching boxing, like I was so scared to teach my first boxing class that I almost quit.
Real.
And
Really?
now it's like I've had the number 1 occupancy at Rebel House for 6 years.
Yep.
Like it's just how life goes.
Yeah.
Take the test and make your way through it.
Man, that just like it just seems like from your stories that you've like been able to persevere through everything. You've been able to fight through it.
Yeah, I got
You know.
perseverance tattooed right here.
There we go.
Yeah.
But see, and that's the perfect definition for you, though.
100%.
You've been able to just push yourself through whatever you need to push yourself and figure things out. And then also, if this is the first time I'm actually meeting you and sitting
Yeah.
here talking to you, like I'm getting to learn a lot of stuff about you, and you're like easy to talk to right now too.
I appreciate
Slight
that. Like,
flex.
same with you though. I feel like I knew you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I always watch your guys' podcasts and stuff. Like,
Thank you.
You guys'
Thank
podcast is dope. Blue
you.
lights, like the whole everything about it.
The first thing he says, the blue lights.
Well, I was trying to. I like the blue lights.
Yeah, yeah. And no,
They're-
that's
they're
what,
a vibe.
That's the one thing people when they first come down and sit in the like and they pull up to the house and they're like, oh wow, it's a house. And like we know it's not as professional as most setups and everything, but right when they come into this room, outside of everything that we do, they come into this room and they're like, wow, this is a really nice setup. We really
Doesn't as long as the like we just said, like I feel like I knew you. That's my boy. Knowing you for a minute, like it's like it doesn't even matter.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did a podcast. I did my first podcast sitting on my couch, and my cat kept climbing in the cords. And like
Yeah.
that little dude's my life, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But
I mean, and the comfortability aspect, you get to come over here, get a home cooked meal from Tay before you hop on, and then you're chilling in a room. I mean, what else would you like?
yep.
Yeah. Man, it's so funny because like we talk about perseverance and stuff. Man, we went through all of it when we first started the podcast. Those first few like 14 episodes, 15 episodes, we had it in our room had black wallpaper. It was really dark. It was no vibe at all.
Yeah.
And then,
no vibe at all.
no, dude, it was, Eve, there was no vibe in there. Huh?
Man,
It
I
was-
was I was
it felt
blending
like-
in with the
It
background.
was it was looking back. I haven't watched.
How long has it been a thing?
So we started. So our
Oh,
first
it's almost
episode
a year.
aired in April 28th. But for about a year now, we've actually been working on it. So we actually sat in my living room for like 3 months before we even did the
Damn,
first
you're
episode.
like you're like over 5 episodes a month.
Yes, we're
that's the
doing
goal.
5 to 6 episodes a month. We do 2 a week.
That's
And
good.
so every
Yeah, that's
Monday
a
and
lot.
Tuesday, or so we shoot Mondays and Tuesdays, and then we
Release Wednesdays.
Mondays is like Wednesday, and then Tuesdays for Sunday.
That's commitment. That's hard to do.
Yeah, but you know, it's honestly, this is how I look at it. Is the beginning when it was just us four, I knew it wouldn't have gotten as far as we wanted to, right?
With us just
just you know, just messing around, having fun, and doing all this stuff, and then we started getting guests on, and that's when it like that dynamic really shifted, you know, and I started to realize what talent and you know what Utah has to offer,
Yeah.
and you know, when we started realizing what kind of people we were having on, it was like Brian Chow, and then you know Michael McHenry, and then like it just kept going.
You guys had Michael.
Yes, we had him
did.
really early on too.
super early.
Dude,
Actually,
what an incredible guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
amazing.
Like the things he has done for me. So we did that pop up at Sunday's Best.
I was
that
there.
was lit.
super fun.
Did you go to the party?
I wasn't at the party.
Oh
Brian
my
Brian told me to go to the party, but I don't remember what I was doing, dude.
So I was all nervous because it was like 250 is the max occupancy for Sunday's Best, and I'm like Sandy, Utah. Like I can't fill this place because it was like the Waves by Roses
Yeah.
pop up,
Yep.
and then it was the Show Love Club after party.
Right.
Place was bumping.
No, it was
Yeah.
jumping for sure.
Bumping.
Were you there, Eep?
No, I didn't
Yeah,
go. But I
so-
saw all of it.
I seen all the pictures. B Sly and Tyus were there and all that stuff. I seen. I was. Yeah.
That
I was
was
actually
lit.
gone.
yeah. I'm pretty
was
sure you were in
gone.
California. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gone.
You're always gone.
I know. I just got back from another like you know.
But the point of that was Michael McHenry like didn't need anything from me to throw the party.
Really?
Like didn't need anything from me for the pop up. Like got me into Jordan Clarkson's brunch. You know, like he's so good to me.
No, he's an amazing guy. When we had him on, you know, we were nervous because that was like our first like when we looked at his back in the day, it was like Brian Chow was like, "Yo, check out Michael McHenry." He showed me his Instagram, and I was like, "Oh man, that's dope." And he's like, "I'm gonna get him on."
Dude, his story is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
He's a big hitter, dude.
And
We
he's
got him
so
started.
honest.
Yeah, it's very honest.
He's not afraid
We-
of like his falls and
Yeah, exactly. And he will tell you his faults.
Yeah.
All his faults, everything that he's ever done in his past, and stuff that he does now. He's an open book. He's an open as they come. But the way he's able to like get through his stuff and then like trying to inspire people to follow his footsteps and what he's doing now is amazing. Because I tell people all the time, like we do. His analogy to doing favors for someone and then being able to cash out a favor later in life, it really stuck with me. Every episode I think about it, everything that we do for everyone else, like I cook for people because I feel like that's just one thing you can connect with everyone, right? Food is just the main connection with every human on earth, right?
yeah.
And so when anyone walks through my door, I'm like, here's a nice hot meal. Hopefully you like it. If it didn't work out, next time I'll figure it out. You know, because there are people that have restrictions. I'm willing to learn that. I'm willing to learn to cook around restrictions. You know,
There's no pork in my diet.
yeah, no pork.
know?
Now I'm Muslim.
Yeah, but then
Dude, like I'm in the jewelry business. So like
Yeah.
Indians that are vegetarian and all that. I'm used to all that.
yeah.
Kosher, like the Jewish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then like we have a friend, he does halal food now, or he's always done halal food. And I made chicken over the weekend and a chicken sandwich, and then I told him to come over and eat. And he brought Taco Bell, and I was like, "Oh man, I made food." He goes, "Oh, I can't eat it." And I was like, "Oh, see, if I would have known ahead of time, I would have prepped for it, you know."
Yep.
And he didn't realize that what kind of person I was like going into it. And now he knows. I'm like, no matter what, dude, if you're gonna be hungry, let me know, and I'll learn how to cook with what you need.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here at 2 a.m. eating their food.
Yeah, eating everything.
Was tonight? What did you make?
I made curry.
Curry.
Yes,
Spicy?
I made no.
Because I'm like, don't ask my girlfriend. Spice wimp.
Okay, no, you're perfect. then. Perfect. It's not spicy, so we'll get down in it after.
All right. I'm in there.
Yeah, but so
You'll like it.
yeah, the analogy
like
for
food.
like doing favors for someone, he's like, you gotta keep depositing in the ATM, but eventually you're gonna need to pull out all that money. You know, you gotta have to be able to deposit. So I'm just like, the way I look at life now is like, you keep doing stuff for everyone else, and then karma's gonna come back. Yo, when you really need that one favor in life, it's gonna come back, and you can be able to use it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole preface of doing things for other people, right? Is that you hope that one day when you need it done back to you, it will hopefully be there.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
it's not to have an expectation of
No.
on the people. It's just more so you're doing it because you want to.
Yes.
And reality, you build that relationship, and that you hope that in return they'll return a favor in a
Yeah.
sense. But it's not an expectation of
No,
having
no.
a favor.
Because
It's
even if
given.
somebody doesn't return the favor, you're still going to
Going to
go
do-
out and do that
Yeah.
because that's the type of person
Yeah.
you
Exactly.
are, right?
You go into it with zero expectations. That's the
Yeah.
one thing I know in life. Like everything I've ever done, I no matter what I've ever done, I always do it for the sole fact that I love everyone.
Yep.
Right, and that's how you got to do it.
Big
everyone
protein.
that walks through my house, you need a place to sleep. You need food to eat. You call me on a Wednesday night. If you're hungry, I'll come through.
See, but and that's like friendships, right? Like
Yeah.
And like for me, like my best friend, I told you I go to Park Cafe every Thursday. So I teach boxing at 6. We go to Park Cafe at 7. And this was before the pod was rolling, but like we want to be those two guys at the diner when we're 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like the diner OGs, like even on
Yeah.
TV. Like it's like those kind of friends are true. And it's like kind of like you're saying, like you love everybody, you cook for people, you welcome people here. Like it's not natural for some people, and it's just natural for you. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the one thing I learned too, is that it isn't natural for everyone to get that. Because when people start realizing like, oh, I've never like had that in my life, or like I don't have those kind of friends, I'm like, well, that's crazy because I've always been like this.
Yeah.
You know, and like our
Such a weird
culture, like
dynamic.
it's like what we grew up around. You know, it's always been like that.
Like we've known each other. Like I grew up with his cousin, and I grew up with Tay's known me since I was a little kid, and
Wow.
so like we go way back, and that's just how like our family dynamics are. Like me being East African and them being Southeast Asian, like we realized as we were growing up that our cultures are more similar versus that we're different.
For sure.
And like our families love each other because of it and things like that, and we're all able to assimilate and integrate together rather than like point out our differences and things like that.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, man. I'm
Awkward moment.
No, I was just thinking all the show love stuff is really just rubbing off now. You know, it's
We're
like
showing love,
yeah.
baby.
Real.
Stop playing.
and also because of the podcast, I've been able to open up stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
like I've had to
He's
become
grown.
less of an introvert.
Tay
you know?
has grown into a different person. I told him I appreciate
I'm
it.
literally like 80 pounds less than what I was when we last started last year.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
we'll show you a picture of like I was
No,
ballooned up.
you could tell.
Yeah.
He was a big boy.
Yeah. But everyone just, and the one thing about being big is that no one really tells you're big. You know, they're not
'Cause
going to
you
say
know.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
know I'm big, but no one's ever going to say that, oh man, hey, I'm worried about you,
Yeah.
you know? And then, because I'd be like, okay, whatever,
I've done that.
to himself.
No.
He was fat too at one point.
I was like 230. I was like 230, round face. My belly's still round, but yeah, I'm at
The
190.
face isn't.
I'm 195
Yeah.
now.
Same. I'm at like 199. I just
You're about to be like 170 after
I
this
know. After
month's
Ramadan,
over.
bro. After fasting, I'm about to be.
You
real
came back
skinny.
super skinny
If
last
he was
year.
going to the
Dude.
gym during this time, shit.
No, last year I was really skinny. After
Yeah.
fasting. I was like 185.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
The lowest I've got since my adulthood is 185.
Yeah, that's the
never
lowest.
Yeah,
I've
I'm like
been.
always mid 170s. Like always.
I haven't seen 170 since I was like 13. I'm gonna be honest.
That's so funny because I keep telling the story like I lost 80 pounds when I realized the last time I weighed like 290 or like under
Yeah.
300 was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were just out of.
Yeah, like right after. Well, I was
Well,
like
not
hooping a
school.
lot. I was doing playing a lot of basketball and stuff at that time.
Yeah.
And that's
we
when-
were outside playing the park and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like COVID really like made so many people like homebodies, right? Like we
Yes.
used to be so active doing all these things. And I mean, now we're obviously getting back into the group.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years later, but like that's the biggest thing. Too,
It was-
getting out the house.
Literally, it was like I think right around 2019. I was really focusing on the weight loss and stuff, and then COVID hits, all the gyms closed, and I was like, okay, depression kicks. You're just home alone, like you're home with everyone, but then you're not really home with everyone because everyone still has to work and stuff.
And you're a good cook, so all the food you make it at the crib, like it's good food.
Yeah, when I couldn't hoop as much, like I wouldn't say I got like
Yeah,
big, but like I definitely was like Jesus.
You're
Yeah.
And like I had
feeling
like I had like facial hair and like I don't have a good beard at all. And I like see pictures from like 2019, 2020 and I'm like,
that's not it, huh?
Yeah, like I had like a garden on my roof. I was like, this isn't Taylor. This isn't true to me.
That's Jacoby.
Yeah. That was Jacoby.
Yeah.
that was his
That's
alter
what it
ego.
was.
Bad phase.
Oh fuck! No. I was gonna ask. We'll circle back, and then you said that with Morgan Jewelers and you being Show Love Club owner, you did a recent event, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What are your next steps, and what are the next things that you're wanting to do or willing to do?
I'm glad you asked that. So I don't really have any like plans for the brand by itself.
Yeah.
Like we're building that new building in Murray for Morgan Jewelers. That we
I
can
want
bring
that.
we can bring that up.
Yeah, we'll circle to
But
that.
that's in other words, that's got all my time.
Right
Yeah.
now,
Like
currently, yeah.
picking carpets. We'll tap into that in a minute. But me and Gabby, I think we're gonna drop a little golf line
Yeah,
Be tough.
because
Wow.
golf is it.
Oh,
No, for sure.
and he's a golfer, so
Yeah.
I'm a golfer, but like good golf clothing
Yeah.
is the move right now, and we're not doing it because it's the move and it'll sell. I'm down to get down on some golf clothes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a custom golf glove,
Yeah.
a sick ass hat.
Yep.
He wants to do a
Some
ball marker.
slacks.
Yeah, some slacks.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna kind of do and like
Tiger Sunday red type, you know?
tough. That was a smart move by him. But we also want to do like the cropped button up, so not golf clothes, like the cropped button up.
I rock that.
Fuck yeah, you would. not like belly out, but like you know how I dress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I like that too. At the waistline right here, you know,
Yep.
you raise your arm, you see a little skin. Yeah.
Dude, I'm at when I teach boxing and I go like this, I'm like, oh shit. Like you can see my stomach tat. So yeah, we're gonna do like a little golf line and then like, you know, a casual line, like a button up and some sick shorts for summer. Maybe another like accessory. I want to do a wallet chain.
Tough.
Ooh.
I like that.
Fire.
Imagine the stars on the hat
Yeah.
are the links.
Yeah.
And then it
mean,
says
he's a
like
jeweler.
and then it says like a comey in between the stars.
Yeah.
And Gabby doesn't even know this, so I'm just telling the whole world right now. And then it'll say like SLC and a comey,
Yeah.
Together.
and
That's fire.
maybe have some sick details on
Yeah,
the
we're
lock.
we're waiting on the Show Love Club diamond necklace to come
Yeah,
out.
God.
Too. We know that's
I
coming.
need you to,
We know
get
that's
like a
coming.
little SLC big ass chain.
That ain't for me.
He's a bracelet guy. You see what he's got on.
I know.
I know, that's what-
It's
it's shining.
I can't
Nice.
stop it. Like I do a look.
It's
every
just
time.
shiny.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed to look at? Like it's just looky me in the face.
Yeah, it's a fun business. Man.
Yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
bet. I
yeah.
bet.
That's the one piece of jewelry I want in life. Is
What?
like just a bracelet,
Nice
just
Yeah.
a tennis chain bracelet.
Yeah.
That's all.
I
and
got
then
you.
see, and now I know where to go to. But
Yep.
yeah, no, that's when we were getting married. She like I don't have a ring because I didn't want a ring. And I was like I want a chain or I want a bracelet.
Okay.
And then she's like,
Look at her face.
yeah,
She's pissed.
She wants to claim territory.
but she figured it out. It runs in our family. Like Somchai doesn't want a ring. My brother he didn't want a ring, and like I didn't want a ring.
It's kind of common these days.
Yeah,
I'm a big ring guy, and this is not a diss on you.
yeah.
But I look at every person's finger, this finger.
yeah,
I look at every girl's finger. I look at every guy's finger. It's just like a habit of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A, because I want to see what they got on. And B, it's like a, this is not an insult.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No,
It's like a, like if I'm at a work event and like this guy has his ring on, but his wife's not here, I'm like, hell yeah, I like that guy.
yeah.
Like it's like a respect
I
thing.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But it's coming from my biased jewelry side,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
right.
But yeah, jewelry's crazy.
It is.
The opportunity or the potential is endless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can make anything. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It looks cool too.
No, it looks.
Oh yeah, it looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a bad watch addiction.
I know. I be seeing you
See.
post all those crazy
is a
shits,
little-
bro.
And that's my problem
I'm like-
because I know once,
Little
like,
vintage AP.
you know,
Yeah,
5 years
this
from now,
fucking
once
guy.
I'm like really up and up, I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna go spend some money on a nice watch. Like that's my goal.
You know what I'll say about me, and like you mentioned, like the tennis bracelet. I'm known to be overly friendly to friends. Like my dad, like I'll close a friend at the office, and then my dad's like, "Who'd you sell?" And I'm like, "Blah blah blah, Michael McHenry," and he's
Yeah.
like, "That's all you charged him?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm looking further down the road.
yeah,
right?
you
Yeah,
want
of
the
course.
continued business.
Like,
right?
did you see that stuff I made for McHenry?
Yeah, the lightning bolts and the
Yeah.
those. Yeah, that was.
So did you see that?
Yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was overly friendly, but he deserves it. you
Yeah.
know? He's got my
sure.
back. So
No,
Yeah,
we'll-
deposits, right? That's what it is. It goes back to that.
Yeah.
like the flying out to Nikhil and giving him that
Yeah,
bracelet.
exactly.
That was a deposit I made,
Yeah.
and yeah, so it pays off.
No, 100%.
And then you said that you're opening a new store,
Yes,
right? And I heard that the structure is built like a diamond.
you heard that.
You told me that actually.
Okay, dope. was I faded?
He's like,
You were faded.
he's like, wait, who did you hear that from?
So
How
now
would I
I'm just
know?
spilling it
You
all
were,
out.
you were faded.
Dude, I got so faded at the event. Like,
But it wasn't at Driftline. This was like, I think this was at my thing at the Ruin.
really,
Yeah, I was cooked.
Oh yeah, you were cooked.
Oh, yeah, he was good. He was
I have a bad drunk memory. Like, I woke. Okay, why am I saying this on the pod? But Sunday morning after the pop up,
Yeah.
I wake up. You guys saw my outfit, the leather vest.
Right.
Yep.
I woke up on my couch in that leather vest.
Didn't have anything.
And Bailey, my girlfriend's upstairs.
Yeah.
I was like, babe, wake me up. She's like, I tried. Right? And I'm like hungover, didn't eat. Because I'm 32. It hurts at 32. So back to the store. So this is actually a good story. So we have a corporate office downtown, like you know the Walgreens on 3rd South and 5th East.
It's like down,
Like-
so
3rd South, 5th East.
Okay,
Oh, that's
yeah,
further
yeah, yeah.
east. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
it's on
Like
it's on,
kinda by-
it's
kinda
on
by
your way
Caf-
going up to campus. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where
Kind of by
it's-
Cafe Rio on
Yeah.
4th, right?
Yeah.
So we're like just one block
It's
into
one block
the
on
city.
The other side.
And so we've been there for like 30, 40 years, and we've always kind of like wondered about upgrading. So
Yeah.
my dad owns that building downtown. So we were in the Fashion Place parking lot. Do you remember that?
Okay.
Where the Crack Shack is next to Brio.
Yeah.
We had a big store there
Mm.
for like 12 years or more than that. And so my phone keeps ringing, sorry. But Diamond calls. Oh my God. This is a sick story. Carcel Walker. Can we go back to that in a minute?
Yeah.
This guy's in the Army. He lives in Vermont. We'll talk about that in a minute, okay?
All right, cool.
That's actually crazy. I should have answered. Put him on speaker. So,
I'm on the pod.
Connect
What do you
on
got to say to the
Bluetooth.
viewers? Yeah, you
So-
can connect to the Bluetooth.
yep, that dude, he's so dope. Like he would have said something crazy. So they kicked us out of the parking lot, which we knew. They said we know we want to have restaurants in the parking lot, as you see,
Yeah.
Crack Shack,
Right.
all those places. So we knew it was coming. So we're currently next to Golf Galaxy across the street.
Yeah.
So funny enough, we're driving to go look inside the mall to like move back in.
Yeah.
And you know how there was that Firestone on the corner where we're building
Yeah.
forever ago?
Yeah.
They were like bulldozing it. And my VP, like the vice president of Morgan Jewelers, was like, wait, we need to make a phone call. What if that land is for sale? Right? Crazy
Yeah.
circumstance.
Yeah.
So we call, they're like, oh, we were about to list it on sale or for sale because it's like middle of COVID, like
Yeah.
3 years ago. And so, shit, we put a deposit down and bought the damn place.
Lit.
So we bought that whole corner, and we decided we can either sell or rent the building downtown and do the store downstairs and the corporate office upstairs.
Nice.
And that's like my baby. You know, that store is my baby. Like I'm picking the carpet, the paint on the wall, the furniture for the offices. Like
that shit, yeah.
that's my furniture.
Yeah.
I'm
furniture,
going-
like the urban vintage furniture. All
so
that
that's
stuff?
only
Yeah.
for my room because like I wasn't gonna pick everybody's furniture
Of
like
course,
that.
right.
I'm picking like people's furniture, but not to that extent.
Yeah,
That shit is fun. That shit is addicting.
yeah,
Like interior-
Mid-century modern, like
yeah.
But yeah, the store's gonna be epic. I'm gonna kind of carry nicer stuff than we're used to, like at like a Southtown mall. Like we'll have pre-owned Rolex. I'm gonna get some vintage Cartiers in there.
Nice.
I'm gonna get the full bust down just in case JC gives me another chance. Yeah, that's another story. But yeah, Nikhil Alexander Walker like plans on like ordering some shit. He needs to get an engagement ring as well. But yeah, that story's gonna be sick. And funny enough about McHenry, we plan on having a couple of grand opening parties. So would love for you guys to be there, even bring mics. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So we want to do like, let's say we do like a Friday, Saturday private party. Like the first night can be for my dad and his like country
course.
club friends.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, they might go to OC Tanner. I need to steal them.
Right.
So, and then the next night I'm trying to get like McHenry's vibes, like
Right.
all that crowd, like Jimmy Rex. We actually sponsor Jimmy Rex's pod. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Oh, really?
So like, I think like half of his podcast, he brings up Morgan Jewelers.
Yeah.
Great guy. Jimmy's a good guy. But so yeah, that's gonna be dope. Probably like in June, middle of June.
Is when it's finished.
Yeah. And we actually have a rooftop.
Oh.
Really?
So if I can pull it off security wise, because I need like security so that people aren't like taking jewelry upstairs.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a full blown roof, like accessible roof.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, it's going to be epic. I mean, and the building is literally shaped like a diamond. If you were to fly over it, he remembers this story. It's a faded story, but it's true. And they're even letting us sketch, like basically engrave a diamond into the sidewalk,
Really?
and then
Wow.
they seal it so like it'll last forever.
Ooh.
Wow.
The building's like charcoal black, like it is stunning.
Yeah.
When's the planning for the opening?
It keeps getting pushed back because that's how
Right,
construction
construction
goes.
goes,
But
yeah.
like middle of June,
Okay,
Yeah.
dope.
Are
I
you-
have.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have July 1st in my brain
okay.
because I like that. It
realistic-
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Right.
Excuse me, but Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Are you opening like the same time Michael McHenry is opening his?
I hope not.
Okay. He's
That
Well,
keep-
I mean,
that keeps
construction
getting-
will be done in June, right? And then you still have to put everything into.
Is that when he's saying?
No, I don't know. I'm just asking because he's opening. Isn't it right off the freeway?
Yeah,
That
the
Sunday?
brunch me hard downtown.
Yeah. I don't know what his date is anymore.
Oh, okay. I
I
have
think
no idea.
I think he even said August.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no idea. I was just asking.
Something keeps getting pushed back about the post. Because there's a few restaurants I knew about that haven't opened up yet.
Because
Yeah,
okay.
it must be like some licensing or
Yeah.
like,
probably.
you know,
That's the
city
hardest.
stuff.
That's the hardest thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially right now. Post COVID, everything trying to open up. Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
It's a pain.
Like, dude, like you know what a pylon sign is? Like the sign at the front of your building
Yeah.
that like sticks out.
Yeah.
Like, funny enough, this is such a dumb story, but a pylon sign, the code is incorrect in the city of Murray.
really?
So they like realize that their code is wrong, so they can't let us put one there
Put a pylon sign.
Because
yeah.
they messed up.
because their code is wrong.
That's so stupid.
So we're like waiting on the code to change. My dad's pissed.
Yeah.
My dad's pissed.
Damn it, those bastards. Murray's the worst. That's what he said. He doesn't listen.
Yeah,
to
because you guys were in the downtown office for
He said he doesn't listen
40
to
years,
podcasts.
right?
Uh-huh. He doesn't listen to podcasts.
My dad's office, my dad's old office used to be right there by you guys on 3rd and 7th. So it was like just down the street from you.
Third and
3rd,
seventh.
3rd South, and actually no, 5th East. It was Catholic Community Services right there.
Third South, Fifth East. There's like Dick and Dixie's,
Yep.
the old
Dick
dry
and
cleaners
Dixie's,
right
yeah.
next to there.
It was right around that corner.
Behind Bud's, probably.
Yeah. That's where my dad's old office used to be. Now they're by the airport, but
Oh,
I know
sick.
exactly. I used to see you guys' old office all the time growing
Yeah, yeah.
up as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there for 4 years. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the new office, it's going to be a nice change of pace, like almost like a new branding for Morgan Jewelers in a way.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
all
that-
modern. So like,
I think it's sick
be
that what
sick.
you're doing, like once again, modern aesthetic and actually like reaching, I guess I wouldn't say younger crowd, but like this generation's kind of crowd
Yeah.
because like people nowadays just like visually appealing things,
Mhm.
regardless of what is inside. I guess you could
Yeah.
say, but they want to just enter because like, oh, this looks cool.
And
So
jewelry is
that's-
always visually appealing.
So that's
Yeah.
the vision of the parties, like the 2 nights before, because
Yeah.
I want people to be leaving Fashion Place Mall and being like, "What's going on at Morgan's?"
yeah.
Because I didn't get invited to that. That's the whole vibe. It's like we might even make it guest list only. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Obviously, if some dude wants to buy a Rolex,
Yeah, well, he said you can
I'll
come
let-
in.
I'll let
Come
it
in, come
slide.
Come in.
Let's check the funds.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be really cool. We know that like you got to do it the right way the first time.
Yeah.
Right.
Because people's first impression is everything.
Yeah.
I made this analogy to my dad today. I was like, Dad, it's like a first date. If it's a bad first date, they're not coming back.
Yeah, that's
You know what
true.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real.
So we need to do it right.
And especially now with like how vast your network has grown over
Oh,
the
man.
past couple of years,
Mhm.
like this, in
You know
my
what's-
opinion, it'll be even more jumping than what just
Yeah.
happened recently.
Yeah, I hope so. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. You know what's crazy is COVID was good for jewelry. Every jeweler went up.
Really,
Really?
Every. Because like especially in Utah, like people like, you know, whether they were Mormon or not, but like they were like locked at home with their girl.
Mhm.
They're like, all right, let's put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm. That
Wow,
makes sense.
really?
It was-
Yeah, a lot of wedding.
that's not even the whole thing, but like it was like the whole spending thing.
Yeah.
That too,
Everything
yeah.
everything was up during COVID.
Mhm.
We had our own sneaker business at the time, and sneakers were just shooting through
Them
everything.
prices-
You were doing resale.
Yeah.
Them
Well,
prices are
yeah.
crazy.
In a way, we were doing resale.
Well,
Yes.
just e-commerce in general.
Yes.
Like
E-commerce
that's
was
what
booming.
we, that's what we
e-commerce
were
was
working
booming.
in, and like our petty sales job back in the day. But
Mhm.
if we were
I wouldn't
making,
say petty, but
we
yeah.
were making a lot of money off of e-commerce back
Yeah.
then.
yeah.
Yeah. You guys saw that thing I did with James So.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that.
So funny enough, he went to. So my girlfriend's name is Bailey.
Uh-huh.
Shout out Bailey. She's the best. They've met her. She's a G.
Super nice.
Yeah, she's
Absolutely.
the sweetest, humble, good girl. But she went to high school with James,
There we go.
and his name's James So, and I'm like, wait, Preston So.
Yep.
You know Preston, the finance
yeah,
dude.
His older brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went to high school with Preston. So
Really?
me, Bailey, Jordan, and Preston all went to Jordan.
Y'all
but
went to
I'm
Jordan
7
High School.
years older than Bailey. So like Bailey
Yeah.
went to Jordan for, way after I did. So
All right.
James meets my manager in Orem. His name's Noah. And my manager Noah's like, bro, like this guy, he has like 3 million on TikTok. Like we should do this thing. So I have a Zoom meeting with his media company in LA. And they're like, oh, he works with Sony and Target and this brand and that brand. It's $20,000 for one TikTok. And in my dad's head, he's like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
my dad
Yeah,
doesn't my dad doesn't know that side of the business.
Right.
Well, doesn't know is the wrong word, but like he doesn't get the value.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously I tell him I would do it for $5,000, you know what I'm saying? So the conversation ends right there. We don't talk. I don't know James yet.
Yeah.
So then James goes back into the store and he's like, hey, you guys are local. I want to do this damn engagement ring video. You guys saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it hit like over 30 million views between YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was like his hottest Instagram in a minute. But so that was like super cool. We're trying to run it back. I want him to help me promote the new building. Like whether we do like a mystery, like if he's like,
Yeah.
hey, meet me at this location, mystery gift type of deal. But yeah, we can make it blow up.
Yeah.
No, easily. Like it would easily blow up.
Yeah.
It's funny. I ran into him at a house party down in like Orem.
Yeah. That's his vibe.
Which is funny. And I was like, hey, you're that, like, once again, I don't like to
Dude,
do
he's
that.
so nice.
But I was like, you're that TikTok. He's like, no, that's not me. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to like, and I was like, what was your name? James said Parison. And like, he like scurried off. Like, he's always like on go. Like he steps in.
He was at the
30
pop
minutes.
up. Did you see
Yeah.
him?
I tried to say what's up, bro. He was out quick. Got his gear. He said, Taylor. And dipped out.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Super nice kid. He lived in New York for a
Yeah.
minute.
He left for like about a year, I believe.
Uh-huh.
I've been following him for a while. So like, I was like, yeah. And then he came back. He's back
Mhm.
now.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah. Him and his brother.
He just barely hit 1 million on Instagram,
I would say his youngest brother's in high school.
and he's killing it too.
Yeah.
Preston
Yeah,
kills
Preston is-
it.
And his older brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
saw, what's funny is we saw the whole family eating at a fucking pho restaurant.
Not the one on State.
No, it was in Redwood, isn't it?
Redwood. Plus 777.
Yeah. We saw like his whole family, mom, dad, his brother.
I went
I
to
don't
the
think James was there because I think he was
No,
still in New York.
New York.
But yeah.
what's the one by the car dealership on State? Like High Lawn. Do not quote me on this shit.
What's south?
I don't know.
Maybe 33rd.
33rd and State.
I don't know.
No, that's Chinatown.
That is
That
true.
is Chinatown.
Yeah, because the only pho restaurants right there is Pho Salt Lake City. Pho.
What about closer to the Porsche dealership? Like
Further north?
yeah, further
That's
north.
further north.
North.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about.
I went
don't know
there
the name
with I went there with James
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah. Long story short.
of it. Yeah.
Okay.
All he eats is pho, I guess. No,
You
yeah,
like pho? I'll make you some pho.
I love pho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make it. I think I'm making it in like 2 weeks.
You guys know Dylan Tran?
Mm-mm.
No.
No? Dylan Tran's dad made fire pho.
Really?
He's like, oh yeah, you're eating cow heart like mid-bite.
You're like, dope.
Nice.
This tastes amazing.
Delectable.
Yeah, not good anymore. Yep.
So apparently you had a story about who just called
Oh,
you.
Carcel Walker. I mean, I'll make this brief. So that guy lives, I said Vermont, but he lives in Virginia, okay?
Yeah.
So delete that part. So he walks into Morgan Jeweler City Creek when I'm managing wearing a full army outfit. This is just a good story because of like how life works.
Yeah.
So he walks in full armied out. He's here for training like at the base down in like Lehigh or whatever.
Right. Okay.
And so he comes in, shows me a picture of what he's looking for. We kind of just like hit it off, like super cool guy. And he's like, we're already married. This is an upgrade. And leaves the store, comes back 5 minutes later. He's like, I've been to every store in the city. You were the only guy that like I was down for. You know what I'm saying? So we order the ring. It's X amount of dollars. I ship it. I set the diamond. I ship it to Virginia. Literally like 3 weeks later, he's like, dude, you're the man. Like, I trust you. Like, let's upgrade her diamond. So he wants to upgrade her diamond without seeing it first. 25 grand.
Whoa.
Sheesh.
Wires me the money.
No hesitation.
And I use the word unbeatable diamond. And so now every time him and I do a transaction, he says, as long as it's unbeatable by Taylor type of thing, I'll take it. Next year, 50K anniversary. Same diamond, just doubled in size. Calls me like 4 months ago. We're at like 75K. He's never seen one of these diamonds before he bought it.
Wow.
Wow.
And so it's like this weird relationship where
That's crazy.
he comes to town, we have dinner. I have a life coach that like works with me at work, right? It's like he works with me, my dad, my brother.
Yeah.
And he like met my life coach and he's read my life coach's book. So just like that speaks a lot to like trusting me.
The person you are.
Yeah, you know, and
day,
it's like, that's just funny that he called.
Yeah.
That guy's the GOAT, for real.
That's such a crazy story. The fact that he called and then, like that just popped up is like, man, this guy's crazy right here. Hold on, let me tell this story. I was like, whoa.
But like the most humble, he's like up in the army to where if this part of the army's bringing in 15 new guys, he flies there and basically motivational speaks to them.
Right.
Like gives them that like
That
that
push.
mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's
this is
tough.
how you do it. Hoorah.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
He makes big bread. Let's say that.
Oh, shit.
He's got
I
to.
mean,
He's
you
up
kinda
there in a
already
ring
know
every
it.
year.
Bro.
He's not blinking twice.
Yeah.
I mean, I know does not discredit you, but he's not blinking twice when he's go ahead.
Not even kidding.
He said, just let
And-
me know.
This is fucked up. So we take the diamond, the smaller one,
Yeah.
and we obviously put a tag on it and put it back in the store.
Yeah.
Somebody swapped it, like this $50,000 stone. So somebody came in, probably some shady customer, had a fake like 2.5 carat princess cut. So a 2.5 carat mine princess cut in perfect quality is like $50K. They had a what they call a moissanite. You guys heard of moissanites?
Yeah.
He swapped it. So that diamond got transferred from Vegas to Layton. We have a store in Vegas. And my Layton manager was like, that looks weird. Because like 50 grand, you know what 50 grand
Yeah.
looks like. And he called my brother because my brother does all the diamond buying. And he's like, dude, this 2 carat, 2.5 carats, a moissanite. So we're actually,
Yeah.
let's send the podcast to the cops, but
Yeah.
we're in the middle of like researching this right now.
Really?
So
How long
crazy.
ago?
Like 2 weeks ago
Recent.
Whoa.
Wow.
Damn.
that we found out.
That
Yeah.
you found out. So
But
you
it
don't know.
could have been a thing. So we don't know when to look at the cameras.
Yeah.
We don't have like a
That's so
date
crazy.
of occurrence because I took that diamond from Carcel like a year ago. So yeah.
So it's just looking through all the tapes.
So there's the rough part of the job.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How often does
Yeah.
how often do you think that like has happened throughout?
Well,
100
jewelry as a whole gets robbed and stuff all the time, as
Right.
you guys probably see.
Yeah.
Like my friend in Rodeo Jewelers in LA, literally little Dodge like 4-door car drove right through their windows in the middle of business hours,
Wow.
threw a chair like this at the owner, my friend's dad, hits him in the head. They hammer every case, bag it up in like a laundry bag, hop back in the whip and reverse out of the store.
And just go.
Like it's actually pretty common. So it's not as common in Utah,
right,
Yeah.
for sure.
but it's actually coming. Like Morgan Jewelers at City Creek got rocks thrown through the windows at City Creek during the Black Lives Matter things. The
riots.
The riots.
Riots.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's when that was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And Salt Lake,
Nuts.
the cop car was upside down, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they bashed Morgan Jewelers. They stole a bunch of fake rings, and because we have like fake jewelry, like part of it, you know what I'm saying, just
Yeah.
in case. And then they stole some watches that were worth nothing. I mean, very little, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
So like when you guys like lock up an inventory, it's like moving a bunch of the important stuff out. every
yeah,
day,
so
right?
obviously the fake rings were still there during closed hours because of we don't mind if they get stolen, you know what I'm saying? But like we didn't expect that. They got through the doors, like City Creek was closed.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
And they just found Morgan Jewelers, huh?
I mean,
They probably knew.
That's
It was
probably,
probably the
that's
first
probably
thing-
your
first
first thing
thing,
you're gonna
yeah.
do is go to the jewelry shop
Yeah.
in the mall.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this video of our store at Meadows Mall in Vegas of like this guy. He must have like known something. So the cases have like sliding doors, and this homie like reaches over, looks at my employee who's busy, pushes on it, and the door went pop pop, and it collapsed. And he grabbed this like thing of jewelry, like 150K in rings, and it was like this big of a square. That's all he had to do. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, people have trained and read into it, and they know exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah. Or like former employees of like jewelry shops and stuff like that, right? Like
Dude, we had a girl work at the office stealing rings, AAA Jewelers on State.
Mike Vardakis' family. Yeah.
So kudos to them.
Yeah.
This girl at Morgan Jewelers, let's say she pockets 20 rings, takes them to AAA, doesn't take the tags off.
So they just immediately knew they were stolen.
Yeah, they could he called my dad.
Yeah.
Vardakis, his pops,
Mm-hmm.
called my dad and said, hey, this girl named blah, 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 because they write down when you bring stuff in.
Yep.
Caught her ass. Crazy.
Bastard.
That's so
went to
crazy
another-
that you would just go like down the street.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
What is wrong
yeah,
with
6
you?
minutes.
Yeah.
well, like she went to AAA. Like AAA and Morgan have been around, so like
Yeah.
of course they've done business
Yeah.
together with each other. They know each other on a
Like you
personal
should have gone
level.
to the pawn shop by Slick. Or
Hello
something.
or something. Yeah.
You went to another jewelry shop, like their pops.
How
are
quick
not
are you
friends.
trying to get your money? You know.
Really quick, obviously.
But shout out
Yeah.
shout out to Vardakis.
Let's just say she got fired.
Oh, easily.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I bet it's probably.
Yeah,
There's a lot of money.
there's a lot
you
to
know?
it, yeah.
there's
Yeah.
just a lot of money. So it's like
Have you ever been to like other countries to get a diamond from another country?
No, I mean,
Back?
so like everybody in whether it's Africa or India or Hong Kong,
Mhm.
they usually have an office in New York.
oh, okay.
So they kind of have a middle ground.
Right.
So
they don't
like
have to go that far.
So like Tom Shane's story of I fly here and pick out the rubies, bullshit. Sorry, Tom Shane. And no,
that was crazy.
yeah.
he's going to New York to think about. That's
No, he's on his computer.
yeah, looking at him.
He doesn't even live in Utah. Did you guys know that?
No.
You probably would think he's local.
Yeah.
Tom
So
Shane, yeah.
so
Shane
kudos,
Co.
so props to him. His radio ads are so good that he has like 15, 20 stores. Everybody thinks he's from that town because his ads are so good.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because on the corner of State Street.
Uh-huh.
Just out-
Yeah.
open weekdays.
Yeah, he
late.
doesn't-
Tom Shane jeweler.
Yeah, like he's never lived in Utah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
He's done
So
it right.
I go to New York quite a bit. I love New York, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, so I go there quite a bit to like look at
Yeah.
jewelry. I buy most of my watches there and stuff like that.
Word.
But I love New York. It's so fun.
No, New York is fun. I've been out there three
Never
times in the last year.
How many?
3 times in the last year.
Yeah, I go like probably twice a year.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I got a lot of family. I mean, now that Elvis is out there too, going to NYU, shout out Elvis. And like my cousins, a lot of us when we graduated, I was the only one that really went to California. They all went to New York. And so they live in New York, DC, like all around there.
Speaking of Elvis, we're trying to plan the next pop up so that he can DJ.
Yep.
So trying to find a weekend that he'll be in town because
Right.
like that kid's just a vibe no matter what he does. Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fuck with Elvis.
Yep. Me
Little
too.
bro, for real.
Man. That was like I wasn't expecting all the insight on jewelry and stuff. That was kind of crazy. So I'm like taking it in because like
That's
you
a lot
see,
to yeah.
but you see all the stuff. You see all the negative
Right.
stuff on social media, like TikTok. And like, and San Francisco is crazy right now. Like,
Bro.
these guys just be going in, smashing stuff, and like the fact that you would just drive a car through a glass window or door, just to do all that stuff.
So speaking of that, like one of the biggest malls in San Francisco, Westfield Mall, just completely shut down.
Yeah.
They were one of the nicer high-end
Just
malls.
Because
robbed?
what?
Just there's so
Dude.
many robberies.
I heard
bro.
that.
Like
I'm not on TikTok, but I heard about that.
yeah.
yeah. So basically, like what Tay was saying is that in Oakland and San Francisco, bipping, like getting robbed, is so common that the police don't even show up.
Yeah.
like that's how often. It's
You guys
happening.
Oh yeah, isn't it like isn't it like
It's like not even criminalized because
if you're
it's
not
be over a
robbing
certain amount.
$500?
Yeah, you can. So homeless people, right? For example,
Yeah.
walk into a Walgreens, take anything they want off the shelf, and walk out. Not shit is
Yeah.
done to them. Like it's insane.
Yeah,
like,
it's not a case until it's over $600.
Yeah, and so
Wow.
at Westfield, it was in the financial district of San Francisco, one of the nicer areas, right? Very all the big corporations are there, right?
Yeah.
So the stores have Rolex, Tiffany, every
Yeah.
store you can fucking think of, and they get robbed on a daily
Yeah.
basis, like.
But not like Rolex store.
No,
right?
but like just the mall in general, right? Like the clothing stores and the food places there, like will get robbed consistently.
Well, this is a new story. So my friend Matt Benham, he is a supplier of mine from New York City. Super cool dude. I go golfing with him and all that stuff. He went to Mexico City 2-3 weeks ago for a wedding. So this is how crazy it is. So he's wearing his dad's Daytona, like OG Rolex, worth like $30K. So he's at the airport, gets in his Uber to go to the Ritz-Carlton. Like he's going to a nice place.
Right.
And it's like nice outside, so his windows are down in the back of the Uber. He's at a red light, and he hears phone, and he looks up, guns in his face, and they said, "Give me your Rolex." So like he got scouted out at the airport, and like his Uber might have been involved.
Oh yeah.
So his Uber sees his watch and says, "Hey, I'm like headed this way, like come snipe this fool." Takes off his Rolex, loses his phone, gets back to me on his iPad because we do work all the time, like hours later. And yeah, like watch is gone.
yeah, that's so unfortunate, man. Like
So there's people at the airport saying, "Oh, I know what that is.
Oh, easily every time. I mean, especially in countries like that. Like, I was just in Kenya recently, and they will snipe you so quick. Like even in like Italy and like overseas, like you go to these other countries, pickpocketing is so like prevalent.
And they're not gonna
because it's not criminalized. That's the problem.
And it's also they're so good at it,
Yeah.
you don't even realize you're getting robbed until
and you're not
afterwards.
from there, so at that point, it's just like
God bless. I've had good luck. Like
Right.
I've never had my wallet stolen. Like, I usually have some jewelry on, so like I've been lucky in that sense.
Right.
But yeah, it's scary.
It's also tough traveling to those countries, being a little loud with like, a very nice watch or something like that. You're very noticeable.
When I was really, really young, I was in Mexico City with my family, and I actually remember this like it was yesterday. This lady walked up to my mom and said, "Flip that diamond inside. Like just roll it around." Like had my mom's back. Like this lady from Mexico City.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because if it's shining and it's doing all that.
Yeah, my mom's got fat rocks.
Yeah, it's going to bring some attention,
Yeah. And I actually remember I was probably like under 10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Good shout out to her for
Yeah.
looking out.
that's funny.
That's still good that there's people out there that will do that though.
Mhm.
Because like in countries like that, that's the first thing they're looking for is to get what they can get.
yeah.
Well, especially when you're an outsider, right? And they automatically presume you have money.
Yeah.
Right. That's the first and foremost thing, regardless of what country you go to. And so, like, whenever I go to Africa, I dress down.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just because I know that the more I look like I'm from there, the less likely something is going to happen to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good karma too.
Yeah.
1,000%.
But man, that's episode 65. I would like to thank you for being here because like we got to learn a lot.
appreciate it.
I learned a lot about you just from just sitting here for the last hour.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing the stories with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Sir.
And so we usually have a closing segment. We usually open the floor to you. If you have any questions for us, let us know.
Okay.
And if not, we can go straight into the segment.
I think I'm ready for the segment.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out my people, shout out my friends, shout out my beautiful girlfriend. We're going to Austin, Texas tomorrow.
Lit.
Oh, first Drake concert since the Drake Lil Wayne deal at USANA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
You
like,
do the Drake J. Cole, huh?
Yep.
Fire.
And like my best friend Aaron Odie. Does anybody know Aaron Odie? The Mercedes kid.
No, I don't
Anyway,
think I know
he
him
works at
personally.
Mercedes in Austin now, so me and Bailey are flying down there, staying by him.
That's the homie you always travel with before.
Uh-huh.
Right? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, like pretty boy with the long hair.
Yeah.
People call him Fabio.
Fabio.
Yeah, Aaron's the man. So we're
Word.
gonna, and actually the people I do, funny enough, the people I do my radio ads with, they're based in Austin.
Nice.
Actually, can I tap into that for a
Yeah,
second?
yeah, go ahead.
So they're based in Austin, so I'm gonna have dinner with them Thursday night. Cool, like fun people, right? You think like, oh, my radio ad people, like I don't want to get dinner with them. No, they want to like get fucked up.
Yeah.
So Roy Williams, it's called the Roy Williams Academy. Like, for example, like he came up with 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Right?
Really?
So funny enough, he's in Austin, Texas. He sees a truck at the gas station and it says 877-JUNK. So he walks up to the guy. This is like 30 years ago. And he's like, because Roy Williams is like maybe in his 70s. And he's like, you have no idea how smart this is. Now, Roy Williams owns a part of 1-800-GOT-JUNK and they're best friends.
Crazy.
And it's like a $500 million company. So Roy Williams works with a lot of jewelers and yeah, just like really funny people. Like we did a radio ad about her being the one. Did you see that where I did that billboard that said, "She's the one, you said you needed a sign"?
Oh, I think I've seen
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So a huge billboard, "She's
Yeah.
the one." At the bottom it says, you said you needed a sign. Like he's just a genius.
Yeah.
So we had like a radio ad that like went alongside that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just like funny stuff like that.
Dope.
Yeah.
Man,
That's fire. That's a marketing, man.
marketing is crazy.
Marketing.
Dude, we pay this guy fat.
Yeah.
Oh, got to.
And he's like so cocky. He's like, yeah, that company just sold. They wrote me 200 mil. Like, I'm just like, don't talk to me like that. You're wearing an Apple Watch. You're pissing me off right now. Yeah. No, and that's no shame. I'm like,
Nah, it's because
gonna piss me off,
he could afford
Yes.
way more than what I
Exactly.
could afford.
Exactly.
If he's that cocky, and he got an Apple Watch on.
That's funny.
It's not a diss. It's like a, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a G though.
Basically, Taylor's telling him to buy a Rollie from him. That's what
From
he's
me,
doing.
yeah.
Actually, when I met Roy Williams, so I was at a convention. Roy Williams spoke at this convention. The convention started at 7. At 6 o'clock, we got there for breakfast. So he owns like this beautiful piece of land. Not joking, 7 a.m. Roy Williams is drinking wine, and he calls it purple coffee. He goes, coffee's on the right and purple wine's on the left. My brother walks back there, grabs a glass of wine. I was like, what are you doing? Stop that, you know?
He's like, it's time to party.
He said he told me.
Yeah, exactly. That's the vibe my brother had.
That's fucking hilarious.
But like, just like such an interesting guy.
Yeah.
Dope.
It's super smart. Yeah.
Man, slogans.
Man.
Slogans are the way to
He said
go.
you needed a sign. Here it is.
is.
Isn't that
That's
tight?
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so fire.
And so we made our first TV commercial. You guys probably remember it. Like, it was on like the Jazz and shit. And like, it was embarrassing. Like, I was getting tweeted about. One guy that was like famous on Twitter for like commenting on Jazz stuff. He said, I would never buy jewelry from the Morgan Bros. I would rather buy drugs from them. Because we looked nervous. Okay? So I get all this shit. And then funny enough, the Jazz Beat podcast, you guys ever heard of them? They're like a pretty common, they're not huge, but they're a jazz podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
They tried to get a hold of me. So I answer the phone at work. I'm like, thank you for calling Morgan Jewelers. This is Taylor. And Travis goes, Taylor Morgan? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh God. I was trying to get a hold of you. Like he wasn't expecting me to answer first jump.
Right.
So we hit it off. They have me on the podcast. And that actually kind of like calmed everybody down. Like, oh, they're just like not actors. So then we made, did you guys see the commercial, the blooper commercial where we kept like doing the take 17?
No.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. So we basically made a commercial making fun of ourselves.
Yeah.
And at the end
that's
of the,
way better.
At the end of the commercial, I said, and that's why we're jewelers, not actors. And so that was big for us. That was kind of like, okay, those are real humans, not hired actors that suck.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the.
So yeah,
buy drugs for the
Roy,
Morgan Bros.
yeah, literally, some like dude with like 40,000 Twitter followers. I was like,
Cooking y'all on Twitter.
fuck you, bro. Let's play one-on-one. Yeah.
Oh man.
Funny. Well,
those are some great stories
they
though.
are, dude.
Those,
That's
Shout out
fucking
to
it was like
funny,
one
man.
story after another. I was very intrigued with like the stuff that you've had to go through.
I've got like all these stories cooking in the
Yeah.
back.
No, we've literally probably just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because there's like and we didn't really tap into it, but there's like my college golf days and like not getting along with my pops and like,
Right.
I don't want to use the word depressed, but like it was low,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And-
There's a
Difficult
stage, right?
And it's crazy. We can end it at that and we can probably
we
have
can keep going.
we can have part 2. I mean,
Yeah,
You wanna-
get him on for part two.
This-
part two.
I can
Get
do-
'em on.
I can
Part
do
two, we'll do part two at the store
Yeah,
that would be
on
tight.
the rooftop.
on the rooftop.
That would be tight.
Part 2.
Hey.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
There you
I'm
go.
with that. I'm
Hey.
with that.
Yeah.
Let's do it faded at that party. So, but long story short,
We've been wanting to do that.
it's long story short, it's crazy that I was in that moment at like 21, 22, visioning that A, I couldn't run Morgan Jewelers, and B, if I did, I would screw it up.
Yeah.
And that's a normal thought as a human,
course.
but it's crazy that like, and God bless, like naturally, like no medication type of thing, I just kept putting myself in tough spots.
Right.
Teaching boxing, managing stores, you know, doing this, doing that. And like all of a sudden I'm here. Starting Show Love Club. I wouldn't say that was pressure. That was more of like I have more respect for businesses now.
Right.
I'm like, holy shit, like I'm breaking even at these pop-ups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, because it's not about that, but I'm like, I have so much respect for what my family did. And yeah, starting Show Love Club was huge.
Yeah.
But anyway, just like from 22 to 32, I'm like, what can I do from 32 to 42?
Right.
Yeah, I'm stoked. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, the journey only gets better from here because like when we talk about the journey of like age and stuff, like I started doing the podcast when I was 30, and now I'm 31, and we're about a year into it. So I'm like, I tell everyone like I feel the best I've ever felt in years now than I did like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like God bless, you know, I mean, I have my girlfriend, but I don't have kids or like a wife, and that's not a diss to that. I'm grateful that I waited till now.
Yeah.
Because like I plan on being with Bailey for forever, and like
Yeah.
so I'm stoked about where I'm at. Like
Yeah.
even like my time with my cat, bro. Like does anybody have cats?
I used to.
I love cats though.
The
I fuck
goat,
with cats.
bro.
I love cats too.
I got a good one.
I was
got
a dog person, and then I transferred to a cat person.
Yeah, I've
I'm
had
allergic to both, so
Oh damn.
yeah.
All right.
No,
We'll just tell you stories from
Yeah.
afar.
Yeah. I'll just watch the stuff on Instagram.
I think you
Oh,
put,
all right,
Yeah.
Mom, yeah.
I think you put it beautifully when you said that, like, just to change from 10 years and what you can do in the next 10 years and how you, like, again, it's no priorities. I think that's what the biggest thing, what you're getting at by not having a wife, not having kids. You're not,
Yeah, it's not that that's bad.
no, you're just not being restricted by priorities.
Yeah,
right?
like I could have gotten stuck at a spot
Yeah.
if I had kids at 25 or whatever. And like, you know, that's the beauty of it is like there's so much room for growth if you put yourself up to it. And like my life coach has taught me all these cool quotes. My life coach is from Chile, right? And he's like, he was like in the Air Force and in the Navy, like boss. His name's Julio Guerrero. Dude, he's 80. He beat my ass. Dude, he's like in great shape. Rides his bike 50 miles, but like,
What the fuck?
I'm not even playing.
He said that so
Casually?
casually. It's because he's heard it. It's because he's heard
because
it.
I've been with him for 6 years and now it's casual to me.
Right.
And I actually want to start riding with him this summer. But sorry, I'm about to cough.
No, you're fine.
Oh, that's what's up.
But I have like a quote on my wall at work that says, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Right?
Yep.
It's as simple as that. So like when I'm 22 and I get stuck in that vision, things don't change.
Right.
You know, I'm like stuck in that format. So it's just cool to see. Man, I'm gonna cough. Putting yourself to the test, like what it can do.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of young people need to hear that, right? Like when you're in that 18 to 24,
You're not stuck.
yeah, like life only gets better. Like if you truly have that mentality, like when we're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, we think we know everything. We think that we can slack off A, B, C, D, we'll do it later. But creating those habits young allow you to have that better lifestyle when you get older, or putting yourself through adversity, trials, and tribulations to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's sick about like friend groups, podcasts, this like movement in the world.
Yeah.
100%.
Drink like people are drinking less. A lot of people are sober.
Yeah.
Like McHenry's on like over 100 days sober.
Yeah.
Boss.
It's just
And he's
perspective
looking,
things, right?
he's 41. He looks great. You know,
Yeah.
he said this is the best he's looked in ever. You know, and that's the crazy to think. Like going back to it, as the older you get, the more you start to realize that you can change your habits. You can change everything about yourself. You just have to put in the work.
It's all
Yeah.
effort at the
Yeah,
end.
you're
of the
not
day.
you're not stuck.
Yeah.
Gotta put that time in.
We had this crazy story yesterday. So we shot the pod. Right now, you guys are watching this. It's going to be Sunday coming out, but this is a Tuesday being shot. We had a guest come on yesterday, and his story is amazing. His name's Kobe. He's a screen printer from Ogden. And he got in a really bad car accident to where he broke every bone
Wow.
in both of his legs, broke his ribs, and then like fractured his spine. And they literally said, you know, you are not going to be able to do anything anymore. And he said, after he woke up from a coma, he said, give me my laptop. I'm going to work on designs right after that. And then he just never stopped pushing for it. And now he's, 3 years and back into his business doing the screen printing stuff. He owns his own business, went through 3 buildings, and he's trying to show, like, everyone's going to tell you that you can't do something. And then you just got to believe that you can. And then we're like, man, this is so inspiring that we sat there and I was just thinking about his story. I was like, because I don't know what I would have done in his situation.
Exactly.
Right. And then hearing it from his side, he said he just wants to help everyone get through that path, get on their path again, and then find the light at the end of the tunnel and just do what they got to do. And so that what he said was inspiring yesterday.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I love that.
Man, there's a lot of so the segment that we have, it's called the Chef Special.
Uh-huh.
And so basically it's, you know, whatever you want to give to the viewers and like free game.
What do you want to leave for the audience?
Yeah, what do you leave for the audience?
Advice, you know, stuff like
I
that.
mean, you kind of already started it with
Yeah.
just what you just
Yeah, well,
said.
So we gotta just
we just got to finish it. Now we just
Yeah.
got to put the icing on the cake.
I mean, let's start with like, am I supposed to look at the
It
camera?
doesn't matter. You can look at us, the camera. It doesn't matter.
Like, long story short, you're not stuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't even put it into words, the feeling from 22 to 32, but like the journey is not over. Like, I literally think when I'm 42, like I'm going to be in better shape. Morgan Jewelers is going to be doing better things.
Right.
And this new building is like the start of that for me. You know,
Yep.
the new building is like my baby. Like, I feel responsible whether our first year there is successful or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm picking the product, I'm picking the paint on the wall and all that stuff. I mean, I could show you guys tons of stuff that's going into that building, but yeah, like perseverance. Like I got it in the same font as Carmelo Anthony's tattoos he has on both his shoulders. Funny enough, because like back then I didn't have good taste, so I just copied some NBA player.
He said, "Let me get that one."
Yeah. I was like, I want that
It's
font,
like Hoop Magazine.
He
This
said,
one right here.
He said, "Mellow for sure, bet."
right?
Read it.
Yeah, bucket. But yeah, I mean, just put yourself to the test. Like no matter who you are, no matter what age you are, if you feel like you are stuck, like shit, I listen to Andy Frisella like all the time. You guys know Andy Frisella, the first form guy.
Yeah.
Like granted, he's a little too like I don't really get into politics and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But like as far as like motivation and like how to run a
Mentality,
business,
yeah.
I need that kind of stuff. So actually I wanted to bring this up on the podcast. So this is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that I've been like in a rut, but like it's the winter. Like I just had the holidays where I was busy and I kind of felt like my routine was off. So your routine is everything. So on Sunday, so my gym has like cycling, right?
Yeah.
So on Sunday, I went to an hour cycling class. I got breakfast with Bailey. I cleaned my car inside and out, which it needed on the inside. And then everything else followed. I did my laundry. I cleaned spots in my house I hadn't touched.
Yeah.
So like, let's say you are in a rut, go back to the basics.
Yeah,
Making your bed, reading a book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting you the hours of sleep you need.
It's contagious. Like if you
Literally.
start one thing,
Yeah, it
like
follows.
the ball rolls. from
Like
there,
that was
right?
the best Sunday I had in months. And it was so simple. And it was because I went to that class early in the morning. Bailey and I had a great breakfast and then it was like on from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, okay, that's how I want to end it. If you're in a rut, change your scenery and get back to your routines.
Yep. And it's very true. Before we ended off there, that's the one thing I did pick up from last year. I started off by just making my bed. I started off by doing that every morning and then going from there every day. It's 9 o'clock, gym, every day. And then I put myself in a habit.
Yep.
And now I just built all these habits around me. I was like, this feels great. And you don't realize those little things really matter until you start seeing them.
Dude,
Yeah.
let's say you have like a blanket that's not getting used and it's like messy on the couch. Every time you come home, it bothers you.
Yeah.
Either get rid of it or fix it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not as good at making my bed as I would like to be, but like my life coach like has been pressing me for 6 years. Make your bed. So I just tell him I make my bed, but I'm capping. So it's like it's so important. It's actually ridiculous.
No, there's a Navy SEAL that was giving a talk at a graduation.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I remember
he brings
that.
it up, and he's like, "Bro, the first
first
thing
task.
you do is like make your bed," and that's been like a staple for me since I was a child because my dad was military, and so
Yep.
that was the first thing I did every morning. I woke up, made my bed. And-
See, and since Sunday, I've made my bed extra good. Like
Yeah.
it's only been 3 days,
hey, but it's better.
but when I go home tonight, I'm
It'll
like,
be me.
Yeah.
Clean bed.
Yeah.
Ready for you.
My cat's probably sitting on top.
Yep.
Right, chilling.
Ready
Yep.
for the cuddles.
We love that.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you so much.
that's
Taylor.
how I want to close it. Change the scenery if you need to.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Wise words from Taylor Morgan.
Man,
Thanks, y'all.
thank you for coming here. And like, it was just one thing after another. And it was like, the whole episode's free game. Really.
Literally,
You can learn. You can learn a lot
Yeah.
from this episode. And
Sorry, Tom Shane.
we just lost.
We'll wrap that up, folks.
That's a wrap. That's all.
Yeah. No, and after the building, or like a little bit after the new building, it'll be perfect time to do a rooftop fucking
Summertime.
I'm with that.
podcast. Let's go.
I'm
Yeah.
with it.
The
We're
rooftop's crazy. You know
We'll
that.
be suited up too. We'll be like,
Oh,
Oh, got
yeah.
to.
Yeah, I'm with
Let's
that.
go.
You know,
I'll
borrow
put,
a
I'll
couple
put a tennis
pieces.
bracelet on you for the day.
Yeah,
Hey.
borrow a couple pieces. You know?
Unless he buys it. Hey.
No, I'm definitely getting my wedding ring from Taylor. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. And
I'll probably go. Yeah.
as you should. Like I said, I'm too nice to friends.
You know, it's funny. Vardakis told me the same thing.
Yeah,
Man,
as he should be good.
There we go.
there we go, guys. That's episode 65 with Taylor Morgan. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Check out Show Love Club. Check out Morgan Jewelers.
Yeah.
And then, you got anything else to plug?
I mean,
Rebel House.
Rebel House boxing. If
Boxing.
you trying to
I
get your
got all
box
the
on.
I got all the watches. I mean, I'm gonna throw a good ass party here soon with Gabby Akomi and
Yep.
Yeah, shout out Gabby. He's the man.
No, shout out Gabby for real. Down to earth guy.
Yep.
Super good.
All right, y'all. This is episode
Peace out.
65.
Appreciate it.
Peace out,
Be
y'all.
excellent. Be beautiful and be yourself. Play proper, stupid.
Bye.
Hey.